But I'm just explaining to you the realms I travel in, with different dimensions, different realities, different entire experiences. Because I do know from my own experience, not only do we have different dimensions, different realities, but there's also the I don't want to really call it realms, but I guess I would say realms, because when I think of realities, it's still a reality of Katrina in a physical body, that is an earthly experience. When I think of dimensions, that's a bigger topic, but to keep it simple for this clip here, dimensions can also still be where I still have like a physical body, but I'm accessing different points in time, so to say. Interdimensional would be really a place of not concrete, at least in my own experience. When I have traveled dimensionally, or when I have encountered interdimensional beings, it's more of like a holding pattern. It's not a permanent place. Whereas like another reality would be permanent, for example purposes. I'm using that word just to help distinguish what I've encountered, what I've experienced. So when I use the word realm, realm is, from my personal encounters and experiences, higher levels of ascension. That's the best way I can try to distinguish these three very different but distinct experiences. I don't want to use the word like an order or like a hierarchy, because it's not the right word, but I will use that just to try to create a visual example. But there really is no like order of ascension. I'm using that more for understanding purposes, not to be taken literal. There really is no literal linear path. But for those who may need to use that language, that's one way to consider these higher realms. They're higher because they are more elevated consciously. It doesn't mean that there's a linear order to it. So what I've experienced is these realms of existence that they're beyond realities, parallel realities. They're beyond dimensions. They are places that exist, like permanent places that exist, and they have like their own process. They have their own system, I guess, that's nothing like ours here. And they don't hold bodies. They're not holding physical bodies. They're energetics. They are souls. That's the best word that I identify with them with. They are souls. And in that experience, there's also like a school for even those higher realms. And in those realms, there are teachers, students, evolving, kind of like how we are here on Earth, with different people at different levels of their evolutional soul existence. But imagine that like in a heavenly, but not heavenly. It's more like a spiritual, dimensional realm. But there is some level of like order to it there. There is a system that operates. So that's been my experience in that higher realm of consciousness. It doesn't mean that even the souls that are beginners there are more advanced than we are. That's not what that means. I'm only giving you an example. Some souls no longer choose to incarnate here on Earth, and they can go there to help other souls on that realm, in that realm. Now, they could be teachers, masters, but they're also still learning, even if they are a teacher. And the souls that they may be teaching up there, some of those souls are other trainers, and some of the souls still come and incarnate here over and over. So they kind of act like guides and mentors, if that makes sense. So I'm just sharing with all of you what I know from my own personal experience. You don't have to believe this. I never want to project my thoughts and my experience on anyone, but I do believe it's important that we begin to share this type of information, especially those who are really tapped in on that wavelength, and really get the dialogue going. It's important for us as a humanity, as a collective, to not be so trapped in fear, imprisoned by what others might believe of us if they hear someone like this speaking out loud. And I'm one of those people. I would have never imagined myself to speak on such information and put it out there in the public domain. And that is something I'm overcoming. And so I hope you guys like what I have to share. And if you resonate, I would definitely appreciate you staying tuned for more videos and subscribe. Thank you.